Hello everyone, 8th class students, welcome to my channel CBSE Tutorials. This is your chapter number 18, Pollution of Air and Water of NCERT Science. Page number 252. First question of your exercise is, what are the different ways in which water gets contaminated? Now in this question you have to explain what are the different ways, different ways, different methods in which water gets contaminated. What is the meaning of contaminated? Polluted. What are the different ways of contamination of water, pollution of water? Here I have prepared a flow chart for you people. If you forget to write down these points in details, you can simply draw a flow chart in your exams. Water contamination by number 1 is agricultural chemicals which are present in fertilizers. Number 2 is industrial waste. The wastewater released from the industries contains various chemicals. Third one is sewage waste. Sewage is the dirty liquid which is released in our kitchens, sinks, toilets, laundries. After writing this in flowchart form, you can easily take point-wise numbering and explain them. Agricultural chemicals, the chemicals get carried away to the water bodies due to rains and floods. When rains comes, they causes floods, and the chemicals which are present in fertilizers, they are carried away and they lead to water pollution. Next one is industrial waste. Chemical waste which are released from the various industries, they are very harmful. They mixed up with the water sources like rivers, then they cause pollution. Now sewage waste, like the waste water of our kitchens, toilets and laundry sources, they contaminate the water because they contain various dissolved impurities. Now question number 2, at an individual level, how can you help to reduce air pollution? Now here individual level means by yourself. How can you help to minimize the air pollution? First one is by carpooling. Now what is this carpooling? Carpooling means suppose you are 5 persons, you want to go to school. You can take the car of one person. You can rotate this weekly. Turn wise you can use the car of second person, then third person after 1 week or after 1 month. This is known as carpooling. Now you 5 people, you are going in one car at a time. In this way you can save the fuel, you can save the air pollution, you can save the smoke released from the vehicles. So by carpooling is the best method. You can use this at an individual level to reduce the air pollution. Second is using public transport. Now what do you mean by public transport? Public transport means bus, train. You can use this transport in order to reduce air pollution. Now third point is for short distances by using cycles. For short distances you can use cycles, and cycles are the best source which minimize the air pollution. Fourth point is by proper disposing dry and wet waste. Dry waste means paper, polythenes, then your waste of boxes, cardboards. Wet waste means your kitchen waste. by proper disposing them. Okay, wet waste can be converted into green manure by the process of natural decomposition. Okay, by making compost pit, you can properly dispose this wet waste, and by recycling the dry waste, you can reduce the air pollution. Now, fifth point is controlling the emissions. What is emissions? The smoke released from vehicles and household chimneys. You can control these emissions because they contain dust particles, harmful chemicals dissolved in the air, which causes air pollution. In this way, by following all these 5 points, you can reduce air pollution at an individual level. Now, our next question is question number 3. Clear, transparent water is always fit for drinking. Comment. You have to comment on this line that clear and transparent water is always fit for drinking. No, it is not always true. Why? Because it may contain dissolved impurities, germs. They may cause various diseases like typhoid, like diarrhea, cholera. So before drinking, it is very essential to purify the water. Various methods of purification can be used like boiling water, chlorination, filtration. All these methods can be used before drinking. Now question number 4, you are a member of a municipal body of your town. For example, you are living in Chandigarh. Okay, you are a member of MC, Municipal Corporation. Now, make a list of measures that would help your town to ensure the supply of clean water to all its residents. So, which type of points you include in your list in order to ensure the supply of clean water to all its residents? In this question, I also tried to make this answer very simple to all of you. Okay, write down this answer in a form of flow chart. Steps must be taken by me to ensure the supply of clean water to all its residents. First one is leakage in pipelines should be repaired. Okay, it should be repaired so that there should be no wastage of water, no addition of impurities in the drinking water. Now, second one is open defecation should be strictly prohibited. Open defecation means to defecate in open. Okay, it should be strictly prohibited because it may cause the contamination of water. Now, third one is basic methods of purification should be adopted. Fourth one, proper duration of supply water. 2 hours in the morning or 3 hours in the morning or 4 hours in the morning as well as in the evening must be there. Okay. Next, your question is explain the differences between pure air and polluted air. Now, what are the differences between pure air and polluted air? First difference is in their composition. Composition means the components of pure air and what are the components of polluted air. Okay. Now, the composition of pure air is nitrogen is present in 78%, oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide 0.3% and other gases in small amounts. Now, what is the composition of polluted air? Dust particles are there, gases like SO2, NO2, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide, smoke and other harmful vapors of chemicals are present in polluted air. This is your first difference of composition. Now, next is smog is absent. Now, what is smog? Smoke plus fog leads to smog. Now, it is absent in pure air, but smog is present in polluted air. It is very harmful for our lungs. It causes many breathing diseases. Now, next third difference is pure air is not harmful for humans, animals as well as for plants, whereas polluted air is very harmful. It causes respiratory diseases like lung cancer, asthma. Then fourth one, pure air ultimately gives us a healthy environment. Okay, whereas unhealthy or unhygienic environment develops by polluted air. Question number 6. Explain the circumstances leading to acid rain. How does acid rain affect us? Now, what are the various factors of acid rains which affect us? Now, first of all, write down the definition of what is acid rain. So, students, here the gases, polluted gases like SO2, NO2, they react with the moisture which is present in the air and they form acids. Like moisture, when react with sulfur dioxide, it forms sulfuric acid. When moisture reacts with nitrogen dioxide, it forms nitric acid. And when the rain falls, these acids, they also falls along with this acid. The rain falls along with these acids like sulfuric acid and nitric acid. They cause acid rain. Okay. Now, what are the effects of acid rain? Again, write down this in the form of flow chart or in the form of points. First, agricultural loss is there, damage of crops. Acid rain causes damage of crops. Decrease in the fertility of soil. Soil fertility decreases with the effect of acid rain. Then acid rain affects aquatic life, both of plants and animals. Then it corrodes building and structures like Taj Mahal. Now in fifth point, it causes skin diseases. Skin eruption takes place in human beings as well as in animals. Also, acid rain causes various types of skin diseases. Now next is your question number 7. Which of the following is not a greenhouse gas? Now which of the following is not a greenhouse gas here? Carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, methane, nitrogen. So nitrogen is not a greenhouse gas. Okay. It is a inert gas. Non-reactive. Very less reactive. Okay. Next is question number 8. Describe the greenhouse effect in your own words. What is greenhouse effect? Now, simple. Rise in the temperature of the earth's surface. किसके कारण? Due to increase in concentration of greenhouse gases like CO2, methane and water vapor. These are some greenhouse gases. When these gases, they increase in concentration, they rise in temperature of the earth's surface. Okay. They will rise the temperature of earth. Now these gases, what they do? They trap solar radiations, infrared radiations. Okay. Released back by the earth and helps in keeping warm the planet, and which is very essential for the survival of human beings. However, what happens when this increase in the amount of green gases takes place? Okay, when the amount of greenhouse gases increases, it leads to increase in the earth's temperature, and this increase in the earth temperature leads to global warming. Okay. So, the concentration of greenhouse gases must be in proper ratio. If they increases, they will cause global warming effect, which is not good for our planet, for our survival. Now next is question number 9. Prepare a brief speech on global warming. You have to deliver the speech in your class. Now what is global warming? Global warming is the increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere. Now it is definitely the single greatest environmental challenge, okay, the planet Earth is facing at present. So we are talking about our present. Global warming is a very serious issue. Okay, it only gets worse from here if we don't stop it now. How can we reduce this global warming? By planting more trees. We can minimize this global warming. Why? Because afforestation leads more trees, more plantation, growing of plants. They filter the air, okay, and they maintain the level of greenhouse gases, and they minimize the effect of global warming. Okay, they causes decrease in the temperature of Earth planet. Now next is question number 10. Describe the threat to the beauty of the Taj Mahal. Now the main threat to the beauty of Taj Mahal is acid rain. Why? Because marble's main component is what? Calcium carbonate. Okay, this is calcium carbonate's formula, CaCO3. When it reacts with the acid rain, sulfuric acid which is present in the acid rain, which is transported by the acid rain, when this calcium carbonate present in the marble, the major component of the marble, reacts with sulfuric acid, it forms calcium sulfate, and this calcium sulfate is more soluble in water. Remember this. And it is washed away during acid rain, which is known as marble cancer. Okay, this phenomena is known as marble cancer. The washed away CaSO4, calcium sulfate, during acid rain is known as marble cancer. And also the another factor, soot particles which are emitted from the Mathura oil refinery, it is located in the Agra, is leading to the yellowing of the marble of Taj Mahal. Yellowing of marble is caused by these emissions of Mathura oil refinery, and the acid rain causes the formation of calcium sulfate, which is more soluble in water, and it is washed away during acid rain, which is known as marble cancer. So these are the major threats to the beauty of the Taj Mahal. Now next is question number 11. Why does the increased level of nutrients in the water affect the survival of aquatic organisms? Now, increased level of nutrients, when the nutrients they are going to increase in the water level, they increases the growth of algae naturally, and when this algae die, it is decomposed by the bacteria which utilizes more oxygen. Now a lot of oxygen is utilized in the decomposition of alga. It requires more oxygen by the bacteria to decompose this algae. More algae growth leads to more algae decomposition, means more use of oxygen. Now a lot of oxygen is used, it results in the decrease of dissolved oxygen in water. Ultimately, the aquatic organisms like fishes and plants, they are ready to die in the shortage of dissolved oxygen in water. In this way, the increased level of nutrients in the water affect the survival of aquatic organisms. Okay? So these are your NCERT solutions. I hope you enjoyed a lot. You understand the concepts behind the content. For this video, for watching this video, for listening this video, thank you very much.